Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is a scene for Living World of Darkness Werewolf Venue. Today we have the Warder of the Sept contemplates the mercy as he is making a call uh for calls the Fury, born on four legs of the Black Furies. He wants to speak to her. Um, it should be noted that there is no anger or malice in the how that he gives. It's more of a matter of fact thing, very straightforward and to the point. And that's where we'll start our scene with contemplates sitting in the umbra reflection of the sept near the heart of the cairn, eating a huff of deer, apparently. Eating a haunch of a deer.
Oh, yeah. Coles will have heard the howl and not be terribly surprised. She will make her way there in a reasonably speedy fashion, but she's not like sprinting there. She understands what this is about. She'll approach the heart of the cairn on four legs. And as she approaches, contemplate, she will drop down and roll over and show her throat in about as submissive as she can look without looking totally pathetic.
Fair enough. Contemplates acknowledges it and continues to eat, looks up from the part that he's eating. So, why don't you tell me what exactly happened?
What happened? Yes. Some of it is clearer in my memory than others, but from the start, Chloe and I have had an exchange of knowledges and experiences going on. She wanted to know more about lupuses, and I have been showing her some of the lupus ways and trying to teach her. And in exchange, she has been showing me some of the homid, ways to help me blend in better in the city. I thought at the time this was wise, but maybe the homid things haven't been treated me so well and have not helped. But that is aside. You want the facts, you want the story. We went to this bar that she had been to. She said it was a go and it would not be so problematic perhaps as some other places. She had apparently been there before. I had been to a bar once before with Lily and the others, and that experience had been interesting, reasonably unsuccessful. So I thought this was a reasonable suggestion, and perhaps I was carried away on the success and the emotions of coming back from the atrocity realms. I don't know. But anyway, I accompanied her. We met several interesting individuals when we arrived, but they were unbothered by our rage, but displayed troubling mannerisms. But one of them bared his teeth at me when we arrived and insisted on gripping my hand tightly. But this led to no further action of note at this point. But there were others in the bar. There was two homid females amongst several others. There was not busy, not crowded. and they seemed to take some issue with each other. One of them was very loud and very shouty and quite agitated by most things, it seemed. But it was Homid's silliness. So at first I ignored, and then they continued shouting, and one confronted the other. It looked at first like they might leave, and then the one, not the originally shouty one, the other one, who seemed to still bring more aggression perhaps, slapped her, and then things went downhill. The shouty, angry, skinny one, she drew a knife. At this point I paid more attention, for Homids, they're not particularly dangerous or threatening with their hands, but a knife is of more concern, and Chloe was becoming, and the other people in the bar were becoming more agitated and upset. Chloe suggested at this point that we step in, and although these Homids seemed to be different, I did not think them any trouble for my strength, and thought perhaps I could stop this. I thought perhaps I could prevent blood and maybe be of use, but more that we were enjoying our time and the spilling of blood would not facilitate that. So I had tried to help peace. I should have known better. But I grabbed the one with the blade. I insisted Chloe try and grab the other and also contain her. I hoped that with both of them contained and bound, that they could the thing would fizzle out, as it often does with Garu when their rage expends and they calm when they are separated and controlled. But the one with the knife, she was hit again after I grabbed her. I was successfully holding her at this point. I did her no significant wound, but was holding her firmly. And then one of the people, the man who showed me his teeth, he was fascinated by his weaver tools. He started shouting at me to go through a door, to take her through a door, to take her away. Taking her away would certainly not be a problem. Taking her away probably was good, but at this point, the shouting and the rage and the actions and all of it, and the combat, plus the emotions I probably brought with me, perhaps foolishly from before, from where we had returned from on our mission, they overcame me, and as we passed through the door and moved somewhere else, not where we were, somewhere else, the rage was too much, and I fell. The rage was no longer mine. It became, well, I can't say it wasn't mine. It was still mine, but it became something else, as it has before. And I gave in to the worm's rage, and I shifted.
Contemplates will look towards you almost expectantly. And once you come to the end of your story, he will look and he will let out almost a gruff second time.
Sorry, I missed the last bit.
Second time.
Second time. Yes. Yes. This is the second time in recent memories. It is my shame to admit.
Though There would be some that would be quick to find an answer. Thralling in itself is part of an aspect of our lives. We fight the worm. We fight abominations and things that others may never ever encounter. These things are troublesome, but directly, there is no breach in the litany because no flesh of Guru was consumed.
No, in fact, I barely hurt anyone. It was it was unusual, but this time I am glad. I am glad I did less. I'm sure my sister Chloe has told you more, but I am glad I did less this time. For all that the strange power used on me is terrifying to behold, but
There are times when the rage will be incredible and you will have to find a way to overcome it, to wrest control of it. There was one known as Takamundi who was in our room but let his rage do things, questionable things that ultimately led to his demise. We do not need to lose more warriors to something that Gaia has blessed us with. Rage is something that has helped us time and time again, so the ancestors say, and so it is hold true now.
indeed, rage is our blessing from Luna, and I considered it one of the greatest blessings and have spent much of my life and my time so far both encouraging others and inspiring it in others so that we could achieve things in Gaia's name. I I originally thought it was the rage's fault and that perhaps I had been deluded. I had been I was misunderstanding and I had been tricked. But now I understand one more thing, that the weakness was in me, the weakness was mine, not the rage's. And I am seeking to remedy this. I believe it is those very homid things that I was trying to understand more of that has weakened my will and has weakened my grasp and control. I have become too comfortable and I seek to remedy this and make myself useful again and make it so that neither myself nor others have to fear my rage other than those who should and the enemies of Gaia.
I believe, calls to fury, you're contrite in what you're saying, but there is something I wish for you to do. Go and seek out a way to control your rage. There are other things about the set that can aid you in this. There is the spirit of the lake who has oftentimes helped others control their rage. It is an able spirit. There's also the doves that seem to flock and hold quite a presence here, being that we have a very strong children of Gaia presence here. However you choose to control it is yours to figure out, but that would be my wish for you.
I understand, Warder. I will I will do so. May I ask for aid from my pack in this?
The pack is the cornerstone of the set. Without your pack, you're nothing. I would expect no less.
Indeed, they have supported me so far, and I wish to continue to support them. So I will do as you say. I will ask Katori to help me speak to these spirits and to hope they can find a way to not get rid of my rage, for as you say, it is a tool, but perhaps find a way to control it or find a greater measure of control.
With that, contemplates will offer you what he has finished of the deer.
She will approach slowly and take the haunch.
With that,
And
contemplates will lick his lips, going about his business. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
nope, that is fine.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of watchers today. We can call in an end to a scene. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Thank you, players, for playing. This has been a scene for Living World of Darkness, Werewolf venue.